All right, everyone, here we go with the Friday reading. All right, one card for each sign, split the soulmate cycle with the 12 pieces. Remind the signs, it's just a cycle, split the 12 energies. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate. I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your horoscope. There's text at the top of the description explains why there's no timestamps here. Because everything is energy and everything is connected. I've done a pre-shuffle for a Friday reading. Very rare. Very rare that I do, but I wanted to today. I'll tell you what I got. I got the Beach Boys here, actually. Which is fitting. It's summer, right? Lovers, soulmates, right? It's a nice image. Crossed by the 3 of Wands and victory, the 6 of Wands. With the 2 of Swords, here we go. And a 5 of Swords of stabbing themselves in the foot and justice. Somebody here snatches lack of justice from the scales of justice. I mean, they just unbelievable. Wouldn't it be nice? It's an energy of somebody who's like, well, wouldn't it be nice to go with Steve's viewer? Ah, that'd be wonderful. And then their thoughts, what are they thinking and feeling is what this reading is. Their thoughts go down the road of 5 swords. Well, yeah, but Steve's viewer's got that toenail issue. I mean, they'll come up with anything. It doesn't matter, right? A little toenail fungus ain't gonna, I mean, if you're hot, I don't care, right? Put some socks on. Okay, here we go. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's see where we're at. All right, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. I have to say that all the time, people. All right, here we go. All right, I've already told you what I'm doing, what the reading is. There's text at the top of the description. That's it. I'm done. This is what are they thinking and feeling. So whoever, I don't know who it is. It could be a runner, it could be a friend, somebody you got a soul connection with. You figure it out, right? I'm just going to read the energy that's here, and I got a lot of it. I'm going to warn you, there's a lot of fucking energy here. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what is up. But it's like word got out. There's like something's going on. I mean the incoming. I don't mean people watching. I mean there's more incoming energy than there are people watching. So there's some people who should be watching who passed on it. Probably go watch the girl that melts soap together because that's what everybody watches apparently. Although, it is what it is. I don't mind if it's the girl that tries on the Spanx or tries on the lycra wear and stuff like that. That's fine. I don't blame them, right? But I hope that person realizes it's mostly just horny little boys watching them. Here we go. Bottom of the deck is their audience isn't all people that are interested in leggings. All right, it's the King of Pentacles at the bottom. Everybody got somebody attached to them that wouldn't it be nice to come talk to Steve's viewer? God, wouldn't it be nice? But they feel safe where they are. But it's safe to think about wouldn't it be nice from a distance, isn't it? It's a little different when you're standing right at somebody's door. And it's a bit of that. It's a bit of that. A story starts with position 1, Aries, ends with position 12, Pisces. All right? Aries, position 1 is the most closely related to this. All right? That's it. We don't clarify this reading. Tomorrow we do the weekly reading. We ask what actions they're likely to take based on these the context here. 10 Pentacles. Look at that right off the top. 10 Pentacles. The excuse machine thinks, wouldn't it be? I know you think I'm going to say they think you won't fit in their world, or they'll have to tell you something about their world for you to fit in it, or they lied about their life or something like that. It's not really what the context is because of the king here. Somebody is just thinking, wouldn't it be nice to have you in their life? There's a peaceful, easy feeling in their thoughts and feelings about you. But it's from a distance where it's safe. Everybody's a big man, big woman at a distance. So everybody, it's easy for this person to be like that. So that's what's going on. There's a very peaceful, easy feeling about you. It's very nice. Position 2, Taurus. The star. Same thing. Wouldn't it be nice? Somebody's trying to manifest. No, they're not manifesting. Well, they are. They just don't know it. I think what's happening here is somebody's thinking of a plan. Somebody's thinking of, it feels like a plan. It feels like a what could have been plan, and how can I make that actually happen after the fact. We've been talking about that. Pay attention to your monthly reading right here. Gemini, position 3. Let me straighten these out a little bit. All right, let me just straighten them out so that everything is straight. King of Swords. This person is taking action from a distance. They're thinking about taking action from a distance. What is that? They could call you. They could CB radio you. I think somebody here is doing a lot, but doing it from a distance. Coming towards you, but not face to face. Okay? Again, I have a king in a seated position. The main energy is they feel safe where they are. This person doesn't feel safe sneaking away to whatever. So it could also be somebody formulating a plan. Again, I've got that. You know, it's again, from a distance, it's always safe. You can come up with all sorts of plans and scenarios. You can run them and see if they go through, and if it doesn't work, you run through different ideas, different things. On the downside, what you should do is run through failures and successes. What most people do, and what's happening here, is everybody's running through a success, but nobody's running through a failure. And that's a problem. Like if you were going to go to a job interview and you wanted to sort of get it mentally in your head, you run the interview through your head, you'd be wise to not get the job every time, you know, with each scenario. You've got to have some, oh shit, this is going sideways, so that you can come up with something there. I got none of that here because of this king of stability here. See what I'm saying? Okay. Cancer, the hot spot of the connection cycle. Position 4, theme energy of this whole cycle that we're pulling on. We split into 12 pieces. Bookends, the 10 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's what I just said. I just literally read that somebody's missing the point here. Somebody's only looking at the positives. This guy is looking at the positives of he has to. I think they have to do this. I don't think this person, whoever is attached to you, is very good at dealing with losing. I'm sure, because they're a DM in the soulmate cycle, probably. They're ego-based. Egos don't like to get hurt, right? This person here, he's working, right? But he's just focusing on the good part. I'm going to get a bunch of money, I'm going to save some money, and then I'm going to be able to get to the 9 of Pentacles and retire, right? Not focusing on the fact that, well, I'm bad at this job, or this job is going to give me carpal tunnel syndrome. I'm probably going to need surgery. You know, most people. It's really kind of strange. Most people I find work their life away, and most of what they save ends up going to pay the medical bills for the work that they did all that time and the stress. It often ends up that way. You know, so they end up stacking boxes at Costco at 80. You know, it is that sort of a thing. They're doing strategy, but they're not doing it smartly. Okay, they're distracting themselves from anything negative. Leo, position 5, the Leo soap opera, Queen of Pentacles. What are they thinking and feeling? This has nothing to do with you. Normally I'd say, that's you. It's the Queen of Pentacles. No. This person's got themselves a distraction. It's bouncing off of this. They got themselves a distraction. They got themselves a project. They got themselves something. Or they're getting their ego stroked by another source in their life right now. Okay? In this energy. And I'm not a fucking Time Lord. This might not be happening yet, but it will be. Not surprising, you know. Anyway, don't worry, I'll pull Leo soap opera at some point when I get time. We'll see. We'll let the month get rolling. Virgo, position 6. Sometimes my wild card spot. Sometimes you guys show up here. Sometimes not. You don't have to be a Virgo. No, I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your horoscope. I could just as easily call this a car name, Chevrolet. In the Chevrolet position, it is the 5 of Pentacles. It is you guys. And I'm going to say this gently. All right? In this energy, you have several energies around you. That's why there's so many energies here. You have several energies around you. You're showing up right here in my reading. So this is for a majority of you watching, greater than 85% of you. You have a multitude of energies around you that are leaving you out of things, leaving you out of the conversation, leaving you out of the picnic, leaving you out of the trip, leaving you out, excluding you. And it's very clear why from the rest of these energies. Everybody's ego-based, and everybody thinks you might be a ruiner. Everybody thinks you might ruin something, or everybody doesn't want to have defeat. Or, Steve's viewer is always right, and I'm tired of it. I'd rather lose the trivia thing at the pub than bring Steve's viewer who knows all the fucking answers and makes me look stupid sitting there, right? I mean, I don't know. There's 1,000 different ways to read it. Just, you have multiple energies around you that are leaving you out of something. You might want to investigate what you're being left out of. If usually with this card, you get some suspicions and things like that. All right? This card you often do. Even if it's a financial thing, like an investment or something like that, you invested in a company and you get reports and things. There's usually an indicator that things are about to go downhill and it's time to sell. And then people usually make the ego decision or people that don't know about investing make the ego decision. I'm going to try to time the market and I'm going to hold on to it, and that's where they end up here. But there were signs, that's part of the depression of this. I should have seen it. I don't want you in whatever this is, leaving you out of a picnic or whatever. I don't want you in the I should have seen this. I knew about that and I didn't. I chose not to. I don't want you in that position. So keep in mind, you're being left out. Okay? All right. For whatever reasons. Because you hurt somebody's ego in some way. This might be future influence. Could be near future. Probably is. I don't know. I doubt it's real time like right now, but it might be. Could be in the present for a few of you. Libra, position 7. King of Cups. Somebody loves you and they're not telling you, but they're really thinking about it. This is like, I don't even want to get dirty and call it a spank bank card like they got your picture hanging in the bathroom or something like that. I mean, it's not even that. It's much sweeter than that. It's much nicer than that. Somebody really cares about you on a high level. Are you in their spank bank too? Yeah. But it's like really nice spank banking. It's like the fantasy involves dinner and things like that. I mean, it's weird. It's weird energy. It's really nice. This is really nice. I just feel like there's a catch. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I don't think they're going to do anything about it. I just think this is the strongest energy that's thinking about you right now. Again, I want you to take the overlay of the whole reading. Wouldn't it be nice? From the pre-shuffle. Just that phrase. Wouldn't it be nice? All right. It comes in every once in a while. We've had it before. It's here right now. People often get like this in the northern hemisphere. It's summertime. In the early part of summer, people often get like that. You start thinking, oh, wouldn't it be nice? The weather's great, blah, blah, blah. People get in a certain mood. In the southern hemisphere, it's winter. People often get like this in early winter as well. You start, oh, wouldn't it be nice if it was summertime? Something along those lines. It's playing out differently. It's an equal and opposite reaction. That's all. That's why you could pull a reading for the whole world and talk about seasons. It's just, it's just a flip-flop. Scorpio, position 8. Interesting energy here. I got kind of stuck on that. 3 of Pentacles. You might want me to say, I'll say what you want me to say. Someone here is thinking about offering you a partnership, offering you a job, doing something. All right. That wasn't spirit. That was me. All right, hold on. I'm just fixing up here. Here we go. Okay, we good. I don't think anyone's offering you anything. I think somebody wants what you got. They're thinking about it's all, that could play out a lot of ways. A lot of times if you come up with an idea and it works, someone else will rip you off. It's always going to happen. You can't get mad about it. It just shows you that you're onto something. If it's something you can patent, then patent it. All right? Protect yourself if it's a really good business or a really good idea. Feels very businessy. Now, it can be love. It's Steve's Love Tarot. Somebody might want who you got. You follow? It's what it is. It's what it is. All right. All right, let's see where we go. Here we go. We're going to move this. Sagittarius, position 9. Always a pain in my ass. Sometimes separate from the cycle, sometimes part of it. It is part of it today. 9 cups. Oh, shit. Somebody's thinking about asking you out. Somebody wants to bang you. Somebody wants... It's a very sweet, nice energy. It's a Knight of Cups. It's coming your way. They haven't filled the cup yet. They're at the edge of getting to a point. There's that point where you're afraid to ask somebody out. And then there's that point where you're so emotional about it that you don't even care anymore and you just do it. They're close to that. I don't know why they're so intimidated by you, but they are a little intimidated by you. They might be younger than you, or you might be higher up than them, or you might be somebody, I don't know. I have no idea. You might just be an intimidating person. Some people are. I have no idea. One of my most intimidating friends, she like 4'11". Okay, she's literally 4'11". I'm afraid of her. Okay, I feel like at any moment I'm going to get my ass kicked if I say. One time we were out, I said the wrong thing, and I knew I said the wrong thing. I pissed a little. Okay, and she's tiny, but I'm telling you, some people are just intimidating. Maybe that's you. I don't know. All right, right here, Capricorn, position 10. Somebody expect the unexpected here. All right, Sagittarius, here we go. There might be some Sagittarian action. I don't know. That's one of the best ones I ever got for you. You're back in the cycle, maybe. Oh, cool. Anyway, 4 cups. Somebody finds you aloof, right? 6th grade vocabulary word means distant. Somebody finds you distant, aloof, thinks you don't care, thinks you're not about them. Just they think you're someone who just doesn't care. You don't care enough about the plight of the red-eared turtle in Georgia. I don't know. I don't even know if there is one of those. But you know what I'm saying? You're always going to run into people like this. There's somebody you have a soul connection with, and I'm not even sure you have a soul connection with this person. But they might be, because you've got multiple energies here, they might be telling other people that you don't care. I think you do care. I just think you have a cooler way of showing it, or, a Capricorn energy, if you have a lot of that in you, Capricorns are difficult to get close to, but once you do, they'll be the best friend you ever had, sort of a thing, right? They can come across a little like that, a little bit, a little like our guy in blue here. Somebody's just reading you wrong, okay? But we'll see what actions they take. This should spark a conversation, I would say. Aquarius, position 11. My other wild card spot, you might show up again, might be more about that, I don't know. You don't have to be an Aquarius, that I do know. You don't have to be any of these signs. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate. All right? That is how energy works. Energy is in cycles. Picture little cycle bubbles all around you, right? You're a part of this one, and the cycles are like clubs. You're a part of this one, you're a part of that one, you're not a part of that one, you're part of this one. Once you're in that bubble, you just react differently to the energy, but the energy affects you all in the same, it's all the same energy affecting you. Okay? All right. Anyway, do what you want to do. Live your life how you want to live it. Live life. I don't think Stevie Ray Vaughan sang life by the timestamp. I think it was life by the drop. I don't think it was life by the timestamp, though. I'm not sure. You want to live life by the timestamp, knock yourself out. I am glad I am not you. Okay? That's all I will say. I would not have enjoyed myself up to this point if that's how I live life. Because that's not how it is. That's not how energy flows. Ace of Swords. Somebody thinking about laying a truth on you. Right? Somebody's thinking about laying a truth on you that you laid on them. So you said something to somebody. It's a reconciliation energy, but it's drenched in truth. It's the sort of truth. So you said something to somebody, and then they didn't like what you said, but then they processed it. Now they like it, and now they're coming back to say the same thing to you that you said to them. Does that make sense? I don't know what it is. So it's like you gave advice, but you didn't live by your own advice. Now somebody knows you gave good advice and they're coming to remind you of the advice you gave. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think their perception might be off. People tend to assume things. I mean, that's why magic works, right? A magic show. Magicians work under the concept that your brain makes assumptions. Your brain just puts pieces that aren't there together based on assumptions. That's what it does. So people will act, most people will act on things without any facts and evidence. That just a little bit here, they'll make their assumptions and then they come at you. So don't be offended by it. They do understand now what you were trying to tell them. That's a plus. So they're coming back at you with it. Somebody thinks you don't follow your own advice. Can I put it that way? Nice way to put it. And they're wrong. I think they're wrong because of how this energy is flowing. All right? You don't necessarily need to correct them. We'll see what happens tomorrow when we ask what actions they're going to take. I don't know. Pisces, position 12, always red with 1 and 5. 7 of Pentacles. Nothing really. You're on a break right now. If you go, it's one of those things where there aren't a lot of surrounding energies acting upon you right now. You get a moment to take a breath. It's just a fucking moment. You get a moment to sit in the woods and chill out, maybe even get some accolades from people around you. Who again, you get a moment. It's bouncing off of that. It's bouncing off of that. I mean, it's beautiful. You get a moment to chill. It's actually also bouncing off of that, which is strange. But it can be a very relaxing energy. It can be very nice to shut things out. Be a little apathetic without being douchey. You know what I'm saying? Be a little distant. Take a break. It's temporary. I'm sure tomorrow in the weekly reading, when we ask what actions the energies around you are going to take, I'm sure there's some action coming. You need this recharge. All right, let's grab the light seer. Randomly at the bottom is a page of pentacles. So let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card, have the universe add all this up. Add it up. What do we got? They say over here, they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right? Yeah, unless if it's done well. If it's done wrong or sloppily or poorly, it's a slap in the face insult. So keep that in mind if you're inclined to let it slide that somebody wants what you want or whatever, right? It is what it is. Let's see where we go. I've been in this position a lot in my life, so don't worry about it. Even with cars and things like that, oh man, geez, everybody always wanted to get what I was getting. It was really weird. 2 of Pentacles at the bottom. Here we go. We'll be crossing the center card. 3 of Pentacles. I never realized the impact I had on the people in my life until years later. Years later, when Facebook came out, and which was 10 years after a lot of these people were no longer in my life. I was a topic of conversation on their Facebook page 10 years later. Crazy. That is crazy impact if that happens to you. It's insane. I'm still a topic. 2 of Pentacles, red by judgment. I don't necessarily like it. I'm more of a hermit. I don't, I think I'm telling you this because I think you might be insulted by this in some way or pissed off about it. I don't want you to be. Okay? There is a plus side here. Okay? Judgment, 3 of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Red, center, left, right. You all have multiple energies around you. Generally speaking, it's the wouldn't it be nice energy. You got God, source, the universe here. Powerful card, driving resurrections. Driving people coming back. It's not surprising with Mercury retrograde. That is an aspect of Mercury retrograde that is still in play, even though it's a very unique Mercury retrograde, and they will be right up through the early part of 2027. I'm still seeing horoscopes that are reading this particular Mercury retrograde, by the way, as a normal thing. They just it's like they just put a generic thing out there and type it. This is not a regular Mercury, not at all. Even my wife, who thinks most of this is poppycock, does not even acknowledges this is a very different Mercury retrograde, which is crazy to hear her say that, by the way. So at the end of the day, It is not the same. The energy is very different. Things are very different. You could see it out in the world. Things are playing out differently than they used to. Things that normally would have been poo-pooed or shot down are just regular everyday things now. So we have to keep in mind that the surrounding energies have changed a great deal at the moment. Will they flip back? Yes. But right now, they haven't. So we got God, source, the universe, trying to bring things back. And you've got people around you that are shooting it down. They're Five of Swordsing it. It's going to create, I'll make a prediction, it looks like it's going to create a frustration. It's going to create a lot of heat. You might randomly feel frustrated over the next couple of weeks. If that's the case, that's the result of multiple energies attached to you that are going against God, source, the universe itself. Okay? You go ahead, you try doing that. It is what you're picking up on it because you have soul connections with these individuals. All right? That's it. That's what I got. I hope this reading was helpful. Right? I've done my best. Tomorrow in the weekly reading, we do the same thing, but we clarify. And we ask what actions they're going to take. This is just thinking and feeling. And it was already a fucking crazy energy. I was going to call it a shit show, but not really. It's pretty predictable, I wish they were thinking about negative scenarios as well. They're not. And that's why they shoot it down. It's plain and simple. All right, that's your reading. Hope it was helpful. Good luck.